Okay, what we want to do today is learn how to find a term from an arithmetic or a geometric sequence. I have two sequences here. Here's one, and here's the other one. And sometimes you'll be told if it's arithmetic or geometric, and sometimes you won't. And before we get too far into this, I want to show you the formula sheet. And if you're not from the state of Virginia, you may or may not be given this formula sheet on your standardized testing, because this video is specific to the Virginia Standards of Learning test, and you would be given this formula sheet to use on the test. Therefore, I'm going to use it in my instruction. It's a very nice formula sheet for arithmetic and geometric sequences and series. It tells you all the formulas that you would need, and it has them labeled, and it tells you what all of their terms stand for as well. Okay, so back to our particular problems. What you want to look at, am I adding by the same number each time to get from term to term, or am I multiplying by the same number? So look at this sequence. From 23 to 27, I've added 4. Added 4, added 4, added 4. I added the same number each time, so that makes this arithmetic. And our common difference, the number that we're adding each time, which I could be adding a negative if you were wondering. Well, I'm not here though. My common difference is 4. Now let's look at the other sequence. So am I adding or am I multiplying the same number to get from term to term? To get from -5 to 15, I multiplied by -3, and we'll check the other ones. 15 times -3, -45. -45 times -3, positive 135, or the common ratio from term to term is -3. Okay, so I've discovered if they're arithmetic or geometric. Now I need to find the 10th term. If they want you to find an individual term, then you're going to use an A sub n formula. Let's go to the formula sheet. Okay, I'm working with my arithmetic. Here's A sub n. This one is the recursive formula. Notice it has n sub 1 in it. That's not what I want. S sub n, this is going to be the sum of a sequence. That's not what they asked me to find. They asked me to find a term. So I want to use that formula. A sub n equals A sub 1, the first term of your sequence, plus n minus 1, where n is the number of terms you're working with, times d, the common difference. So n, they've asked me to find the 10th term. N is 10. A sub 1 is 23. 10 minus 1 times 4. And then just go along and do your computation. So that's going to be 9 times 4, 36. And then when I add the two items together, 59. So the 10th term is a 59. Now there's a longer way. This is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term, this is the fifth term. You could find the 6th term by adding 4, and the 7th, and the 8th, and the 9th, and the 10th, and just keep adding your 4, and you would get to 59. That would be the long way, but you would still get there. Right, now let's look at this guy. This is geometric, and I'm still finding the 10th term. Those were the directions. Back to the formula sheet. This is the recursive. This is for the sum of a sequence. And notice this infinity sign. We'll talk about that in another video. This means the sum of an infinite series. We're going to be using this guy. So that's going to be A sub n equals A sub 1 times r raised to the n minus 1. Our n is 10. We're finding the 10th term. A sub 1 is the first term in our sequence, which is going to be a -5, and our r is a -3. Now with that negative sign, you better use parentheses, and the exponent goes on the outside, so 10 minus 1, or 9. And then I could enter it in my calculator just like this, and I should get 98,415. And that's it for sequences for arithmetic and geometric.